Hello and welcome to Screen Views. I'm Dave.
I'm James.
And this is the special Minisode where we look back at the month's reviews and discuss our favourites.
This episode is still unscripted and unedited, but the Minisode contains no spoilers, so just kick back and enjoy the conversation.
Our aim is to get you excited about our previous reviews, hidden gems and upcoming releases.
We hope you enjoy it and feel free to tell us why, so like, comment and subscribe. And we're back. Hello audience.
Hello.
You hundreds and hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of subscribers.
And
Welcome
listeners.
back. And listeners,
Here
yeah.
we are.
Yeah, there's
Minisode.
one subscriber that just shares their phone with hundreds of listeners. That's like
Right.
so what I'm doing is I'm timesing our subscription base by 100
Yeah.
because clearly they're just sharing it out between.
But like is it Professor X, the X-Men, where he just like puts his little helmet on,
yeah,
connects to everyone.
yeah. Oh my god, the amount of people that must get like free
podcast.
movies. If he goes to the movies and he just projects the movies into like everybody else, that's how they
Everybody
save money in the
else's brand.
school.
Do you think that's sort of like
yeah.
how Netflix works, basically? It's just a mutant in a room streaming stuff to the world,
Damn, that would be like.
and we have no idea.
And there's different mutant in each country, otherwise there's different list of stuff in each country.
yeah, and you've got to get the language right.
Yeah, don't worry. Wow, Netflix, we
know your secrets.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, welcome to the Minisode.
Yes.
It's sorry, it's a little bit later than usual.
A bit of an odd month this
yeah.
month, because we only did one film. We only reviewed one film.
Yep.
And
And what a film.
we were going to do more, but then there was I was going to say roadworks at the cinema, but that doesn't really work. Construction works at the cinema, so that took a hit, and then the World Cup got in the way, and then
we took a hit
last night, and then also it's like the end of term, so our jobs have been busy month.
Yeah.
But not for reviewing films, unfortunately.
No. But yeah, so we did a podcast on Jurassic World, and we go into depth with it. In a like, non-spoiler way, of like just briefly just talking about it. How would you say it's a good film, or would you say there's no such thing as a bad film? But,
I mean it was okay. I mean, I think if listeners went back and listened to our podcast, they'd probably think that we hated it.
Yeah.
Because I think we were pretty scathing in our review, but now it's a bit more distant in my memory. It's sort of okay. It's a dinosaur action film. You can't really go too wrong with that format.
As a kid, you can walk out thinking, "What didn't I like about it?" There's nothing glaringly obvious for like the average person that doesn't really
lack of Jeff Goldblum, maybe.
Yeah. But then again, kids will know who Jeff Goldblum is, and
so I think it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
it was okay.
I still think I don't know, it's just some of the action and some of the it's an interesting one. It certainly has like high budget stuff in there. It has everything on paper what you want on it. I think if you are more critical of movies, I think you'll start to see
some of the cracks.
Yeah,
but there was some good moments. So it's definitely kind of worth a watch if you've got nothing else to see, and I think Sunday afternoon, got a few hours.
Yeah,
maybe good one to fill.
Yeah,
fill some time.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have been to cinema quite a bit.
Yeah,
I'm not that much, but I've seen a couple of films.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we can't do a full mini-sode. We can't talk about hidden gems. We can't talk about like what was our best and worst. So if you want to just talk about some of the films that you've seen, James, and what you thought of those, that would be good.
So we attempted to see Hereditary, but there was an issue in terms of the cinema. I think now that I've seen Hereditary, I think it was totally the right call of if you were distracted during this movie, just watch it again when you're not distracted. You won't enjoy it at all. And I remember rewatching the amount of stuff that we've already seen and viewing it completely differently because of
because you could hear what.
yeah.
Well, it was quite. Yeah, I mean, like it sort of made me think about how important sound is in horror films and how much they support the film and guide the viewer. And when you can't hear what's going on, it's really, really like a real issue.
It's the film is sort of like, it's interesting. It's because it's marketed as a horror. It's interesting. It's an art house film and horror mixed up. And if you aren't really used to sort of like out there sort of art house films, and you're just going in with just a generic horror mindset, you might have some issues with it. I think one thing which is also great for the film, is also might not be so great for the film, is the media attention. I mean, I got the impression this was our like Exorcist. This is like,
our generation's Exorcist.
Yeah, and it's an Exorcist is actually quite a hard film to watch as well. It's not just everybody's cup of tea, and I think in some ways that sort of statement is true, because of how interesting it is. I really enjoyed the film, but it's also true in the fact that not everybody's going to connect with Exorcist. Not everybody connects with Exorcist. They know what it is, but if you put like 10 people down who've never seen Exorcist, they aren't all going to come out going, "Oh wow, that was a really good film." I really enjoyed it. I thought the acting was sublime from every character. I thought the trailer is actually really clever, because the trailer sort of suggests they show you everything when they don't, and you don't really know how the whole film fits together. There's also a great appearance from an actress, which I can't remember her name, but she's in the Handmaid's Tale, Anne Dode. She's like she's the Aunt Lydia.
Oh right, yeah.
And it is fantastic seeing her in a completely different role. Really is. She's not in it that much, but it's fantastic seeing her in a completely different role. So I thought it's interesting. Nobody's cup of tea. If you like art house kooky stuff, and if you have skipped it now and you're waiting for it to come out on like Netflix, then no harm, no foul. But be aware, it's not an intense. It's a drama. The first half is a drama, and then it goes into a quarter horror, and then it goes into a quarter sort of this sort of like indie art house sort of movie.
Right. So it's not like scare a minute sort of thing.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I think people people are a lot more likely to enjoy A Quiet Place, which is sort of like a little bit of horror beginning, mostly drama, and then a very horrified ending. I think the average person can identify with that film when it comes to a mixture of genres. Than they will with this film.
Did you see the Purge film then?
Yes,
First
I
Purge.
saw.
So how's this film compared to that?
The Purge film has this one doesn't have any obvious faults. You just don't. You may not like stuff, but it's just like your preference. And you may not be able to connect with stuff like your preference.
Is that Hereditary?
Hereditary, yeah.
Right, okay.
But The Purge does have some issues in terms of its bad script writing in some parts, bad lighting, bad camera work. There's elements of badness throughout the whole film.
Okay.
But I would say The Purge has it gives like a couple of actors their limelight to be able to act. One of the actors was in Doctor Who. And I enjoyed seeing him, and which he was called Joe Van Wade, and he wasn't really allowed. So I've only seen him one thing before, and he wasn't really allowed to do that much in the show Doctor Who, but in this film he was allowed to do a lot more. And there's Wyler Knoll, who plays the main character. He is a very, very good action hero actor. He's really good. Unknown. Don't know who he is. Don't know who he is at all. I really hope that this film blows up his career. the film hopefully will earn up enough money. It does the job. It kept me in my seat. There was always a reason for me to be there, but there's always reason for me to go and throughout the whole film. But this whole film is kept together by the actors, completely by the actors, and yeah, if you don't like the actors, you won't like the film at all. It's really sloppily done in times, and a lot of it doesn't make any sense. I really like they had an excuse to make a creative cinematic sort of look to the film, but they abandoned that halfway through the film, and it didn't really make any sense why they've abandoned it halfway through the film.
Okay.
So,
budget maybe.
Yeah, but if you just want just simple, you're tired, and you're late from work, you want to watch a horror film, maybe want to take a date, and maybe want there's a couple of jump scares in there. Then yeah, the film does that. It's not a great film, but it's not the worst film. Like I say, it kept me in my seat, and I have a low tolerance for cinema nowadays, and so yeah, I find it really hard to pay attention to a film. What the film also does, this is normally a criticism of a film. I call it the toilet break scenario. If you can comfortably go to the toilet, take your time, wash your hands, dry your hands, and get back to the screening and sit down and think you haven't missed a thing, that's normally a really bad thing. In this film, I don't know. I was casually watching it. It literally was a casual watching film. It wasn't like an intense experience. So perhaps this would be better like on demand or at home. Or if you can just get cheap tickets to go out to the cinema, So I wouldn't recommend people pay like loads of money to we definitely need to see this straight away.
Yeah.
If someone said I was going to wait for it to come out on film, that's fine. But it's not a terrible movie, but it's it very nearly is a terrible movie.
Okay.
Because yeah,
but there's no such thing as a bad movie. So.
No, terrible. It's not bad.
It's not pushing the boundaries of that statement like Tomb Raider.
There's a couple of clearly they refilmed. Clearly they did some recasting and they refilmed a whole other storyline, and most of it is good because it's a completely different environment. But there's one bit where they try to merge it together, and oh my god, it's just,
is it? Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. What else did I see? I saw Ocean's 8.
Yeah. I sort of like sad that I missed that one a little bit.
Yeah, it's
just because it just feels like it would be quite a good sort of heist. Yeah. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting film, but I think the reason, because we watched Solo last month, and the reason why I liked Solo was I thought it was okay, but I thought like if you're introduced to this for the first time, it's the first time you're seeing these sort of scenes. I thought, wow, what a collection of adventure you put together. Yeah, it's been done before, and like for someone who watches a lot of films, it's not as great. But I can just imagine if this is your first Star Wars film, wow, how incredible would it be? With Ocean's 8, it's after the other Ocean's films.
Right.
It clearly the film is built upon the franchise which has already come before. And so when you establish that within your storyline, you can't drop the ball. You can't just do the same stuff but at a lower quality.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of the film doesn't make any sense. A lot of the film goes, yeah, but why? The twists in it, I saw coming, and I knew what the twist was. I didn't know entirely what the twist was, but I knew what didn't make any sense. And I know like, well, that's clearly not working. And so when someone brings up like when people realize it doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's always like twists and turns with the Oceans series, isn't there? There's always somebody trying to screw somebody else over, and
it's a terrible film in terms of femininity.
Oh really?
Yeah, it tries to support it, and it tries to really, really push it. But I think it misses the mark big time. I think it deals with stereotypes. In terms of women and their home life. So rather than actually looking at a woman having like lots of layers to her, they plant lots of different stereotypical women together rather than, I don't know, it's Sandra Bullock's character is quite interesting, but all the others are just very thin and very weak and very, and there's a dig at men in this film. There's one little line, not as much as Ghostbusters, but it just, yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it as much. And like there's James Corden.
Yeah.
He's in this role. He's in this film as well.
Yeah, he's in the trailer, isn't
he? Yeah, I enjoyed seeing him in a film where he's playing a different character. However, I believe probably miscast completely. Yeah, and when you see the film, you'll understand why, because of you'll understand why. And also the trailer. I try I try to avoid trailers, but if you've seen the trailer to this film, they've given away one major twist, huge twist, and it's like you're watching the film and you're thinking, okay, well, when does that happen? And you get like 3/4 way for the movie, and then the twist comes. It's like, okay, I already knew that because you told me that before. You told me that in the trailers. I've seen it in some posters as well.
Right.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. Yeah. So that was like, yeah, I didn't really like that. But if we were going to be doing this in a normal format, my secret gem, my surprise of the month would be, wait for it, the film Tag.
Right. Yeah. Be surprised.
I'm surprised. This film is based upon a game of Tick and Nick. And I heard about it, and I just went, ugh, this is what cinema has become. It just seems silly. I've seen clips. I've not seen the whole trailer, but I've seen snippets of a trailer. I just think, this just looks stupid.
Was it out and out comedy like Dodgeball, or
no? What this film did, it mixed in not heavy drama, just light drama. It's just enough drama for you to actually really appreciate the generalness of the characters. They don't go too much into each character. A lot of the characters are very loosely written. It's not like a blow you away sort of thing. But I expected the bar to be so low. But there's a couple of twists and turns in it. They use different styles for different sort of action movies within. So I can see like there's like three or four scenes which reminded me of different amazing action movies. And like I'm thinking, oh wow, this looks it's like high budget. I mean, Jeremy, Jeremy? What's his name? He's Hawkeye in the Avengers.
Oh right, yeah, I can never remember his name.
Jeremy Renner, I think. Yeah, Jeremy Renner apparently broke both his arms like early on in the shooting, and so he a lot of the time he's in cast, but they do a visual effects over, so. You can't even tell. I didn't even know.
Yeah, really.
And so later on, I saw an interview with John Hamm. He said, "Oh, the effects budget must have been huge for this because of how stupid he looked on set, because he couldn't actually fight properly. He couldn't actually do a lot of stuff because he was in cast." And like, yeah, this film actually does something in terms of this film is very much about blokes, but then there's one female character that doesn't really do anything. And there's another female character which does a lot more. But I think what they do in terms of including women and men in this film does a lot more than the all-female cast of Ocean's 8. It don't do not that much, but it just do something to say, oh, that's interesting.
That's a shame, really, when you think about the amount of people that they've got in Ocean's 8.
Well, I speak to somebody and they said, "Oh, it's I thought like it was a really powerful in terms of femininity." I went, "What? Really?" And they hadn't seen like Ocean's 11, and so they showed them the trailer to Ocean's 11. So look at the characteristics of each of these people, and look at how each one of the people have like a sort of an arc in Ocean's 11 and Ocean 11. Each one of them has like an arc. Each one of them has a story flowing through them, and like it may just be a little one, but there's still a story flowing through them. And then you look at this film, and it's sort of like you don't really see the arc. They're just standing. They're just women. Okay, I'm this person, I do this. 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 And then you see the heist. Like, well, I'm doing my job, and I'm now doing my job, and now I'm doing my job. And they try and put a few jokes in there, but I just didn't see with Ocean's 11. I know I'm going back to Ocean film. With Ocean's 11, there was you got all these separate people that they're doing all the separate things. When you put them all together, they clash. Well, this is how I like to do things. Well, this is how I like to do things. Well, I'll joke in, like, you just don't get my humour. You just can't understand where I'm from. You got all these different people coming from all different environments, come together for one major heist, and you see how they gel together, how they don't gel together. I think that's one interesting thing about that movie. And one interesting thing, by thinking, how can these guys pull this off? Like, it's already possible enough, but these guys don't really know each other, and they're doing this. And I never got that aspect in Ocean's 8. But I'll stop saying Ocean's 8 now. But yeah, back to Tag. Tag surprised me in every area which I thought it would be terrible. It wasn't terrible. It might just be an okay film, but my bar was set so low. I came out smiling and I was happy. The first half, not as good. But the second half, they do stuff which is just really nice. And they have a twist in it which I didn't see coming at all. I mean, at all. And I just, yeah, well done to them. You just made a film about Tick and Nick, and it works. Well done. I just think, yeah, I was just like really surprised. So yeah, I'd say Tag is definitely one to see. And also, I don't know what age rated it is, but it's also, there's no harm in seeing it with the family, I don't think. I may regret saying that, but yeah, it might be a 12A or it might be a 15. Probably, no, it's a 15. So you've got like teenagers, and you want to go see a film together. Yes, probably a nice generic comedy. Yeah, yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, there's no nudity in it. There's no I think there's some swearing, but yeah, I think nothing's really offensive, and yeah, just a nice film.
Worth a watch.
Yeah,
sounds like.
No, definitely. I'm looking forward to this next month. The next month we've got. I'm sorry. Yeah. Unless you've got anything to add.
No, I mean, like, my film knowledge was Jurassic World, unfortunately. But yeah, let's move on. What's coming up this month? What do we need to look out for?
We are going to be watching Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We will probably find it hard to avoid Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's skyscraper event.
Yes.
The cinematic event of the summer.
Die Hard Reborn with Dwayne Johnson.
And there's The Secret of the Marrowbone.
Oh yeah, what's that about?
So it's got the advert doesn't look that great. It's a horror film. The advert doesn't really give that much stuff away.
Right.
These kids in this house, and like half the, like, basically.
Oh yeah, they look like some sort of two-time, like, was it like the one where it's like generations, where it's carrying on family over, or was that Hereditary? Am I getting that confused?
Well, in the trailer for the Secret Marrowbone, there's a couple driving to this house, a young couple driving to this house, and like the boyfriend's saying, "Well, do you know this family very well?" And she goes, "Yeah, I grew up around them. It's all good. It's all nice." And then they're all in this house, and like this little boy goes upstairs because he hears a noise, and the trailer doesn't actually show you anything. You get the feeling that the house is haunted, or there may be someone in this house. But what the film is... Has
it got the guy from Stranger Things in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is that one. It looks to me like there's something going on with, like, different... You know, there's, like, you don't know what's a flashback and what's the present. And
yeah, it's also... It's timeless as well, because the clothes they're in could be... I don't know, it's really hard to think when it's set and where it's set. And
but that's what made me think there was, like, two... You know, there was like an old family and then a modern day family, and there's some sort of thing going on.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, but it's got
hopefully we'll get to watch it though.
Yeah, and it's got quite a few people. So the guy from Stranger Things is Charlie Heaton, who is fabulous in Stranger Things, and so yeah, I think I'm sold on anything he does.
He plays the older brother of Winona Ryder's family in Stranger Things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's George McKay, who was in a film called Captain Fantastic. Not a superhero film. It's about a family who lives in the woods, which I loved.
Yeah.
And there's Anya Taylor-Joy, who's in a film called The Witches. She was also the main character in M. Night Shyamalan's Split.
Right.
And she is like always amazing. And it's just like it's a very small cast, and yeah, I'm gonna be watching it, and that's exciting.
Yeah. So we've already got a good mix, haven't we? Because we've got Incredibles, then we've got Skyscraper, which is out and out action, and then this one, which is a horror.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we're looking forward to?
Sure about this month. Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp is next month. It's been out in America already, and everybody's buzzing around there.
Okay.
And on YouTube, it's like, what are the secret Easter eggs of blah, blah, blah. I'm just waiting for there to be like a still picture of like the after credits scene on the YouTube thumbnail saying, what is you're gonna get spoiled. Turning up, like, mean for the MCU.
You're not happy about the YouTube spoilers, are you, James?
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, okay. I don't mind if the spoilers are in the actual clips, because if I clicked on the clips, then it's my own fault.
Yeah.
But if they're in the thumbnails, it's like, why you
I know what you mean. Like, I was like doing the research for the TV Minisode.
Yeah.
For this month, and I was like, you're always wary because you're like searching for release dates of stuff.
Yeah.
But then and then the first hit is like everything that you need to know about season 2 of such, and you're like, no, I don't want to know everything. I just want to know when it's coming out. I don't want to know like everything about the show.
There are a couple of other things, it's not clear what we'll do. Yeah. But there's Mamma Mia 2, which I know you're very excited about.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Because the first one blew me away.
Yeah. Although the actress in
oh yeah, you were I
where did we see
talking
her?
About her. I don't know.
We saw her recently
raving about her being in something else.
Yeah, she was like Lily James, and she was Baby Driver. She was a
yes,
Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, which is a film well worth a watch.
Yeah.
Baby
and
Driver.
She was Potato Peel Pie Society.
Oh yes, that's why we were talking about it as well. Yeah, it wasn't because of Baby Driver; it was because of the potato peel. Yeah, and then we were talking about Baby Driver. But okay, cool.
So there's
so maybe there's some
that makes you go, ooh,
like,
okay.
To be fair, I didn't hate Mamma Mia.
I didn't see it.
I just didn't love it.
Yeah,
and I think the problem is that, well, I don't know. I don't mind an ABBA song nowadays. But I think, I don't know, there was just something about it that just I wasn't that fussed about. But anyway,
there is a new film starring Jodie Foster, which I hope gets a wide release, because sometimes we don't get films at our cinema, and so I have to trek into central London. I have to travel like an hour and a half to
to see
watch
a film.
Yeah.
Dedication, James.
But Hotel Artemis, it's like it's a hotel, and there's also a medical bay for criminals, and it's basically it looks a bit like, do you know the world which John Wick has made? It feels like within this world.
I have no idea because I've not seen it.
Well, it's sort of like it's like
a part of that.
Well, I don't know if it's officially a part of it, but basically anyone who's like an assassin can come here, and basically there's a truce. If you stay in this hotel and you get medical treatment, then there's no killing whatsoever.
Oh, right, okay.
However, someone breaks the rules.
Yeah, and
when someone breaks the rules,
it's that sounds straightforward, but also unusual.
But Jodie Foster looks awesome in it.
Did she direct it as well?
No,
okay.
She didn't. I've only seen a couple of things that she directed. I watched The Beaver with Mel Gibson. I thought that was quite interesting.
I don't think I've seen that.
She wrote and directed and stars in there. And then I saw the Black Mirror episode where she directed.
Oh, did she direct the Black Mirrors?
Yeah. Have you seen all the Black Mirrors?
No, I haven't. I'm really behind on Black Mirror.
Yeah, there's
one. Obviously,
it's quite interesting.
Great show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm quite excited about that.
Sounds good.
I've
so,
also,
go on.
Oh, I was going to say, I've also been listening to a podcast, and it has
Podcast shout out.
yeah distractions pieces, and they had an actor who is on Peaky Blinders in it, and I realised how much Joe Cole, not the footballer Joe Cole, the actor Joe Cole, and I realised how much I've actually really enjoyed seeing him on screen. He was in Skins, and he was in The Green Room and Peaky Blinders, and he's also in one of the episodes of Black Mirror, which is why it reminded me.
Right, okay.
I was thinking,
what's the podcast called? Sorry,
distraction pieces.
Distraction pieces.
Yeah, I need to get loads of people. So like, he's also done MMA fighters. He's also done writers. Also done.
What's the focus?
It's just about an interest what they're doing at the moment, and like the interviewer is very good at sort of just keeping the conversation going. It's like if Louis Theroux did a documentary on like.
So Joe Cole's not the interviewer.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's Pip, a guy called Pip, or Scrupulous.
Right.
Yeah, not advertising very well, but
No.
but yeah, it's a fantastic one. I was thinking he might be, if I was going to put money, if I was going to say like, they should be the next Bond, I'd say.
Are you a betting man, though, James?
No.
That's the question.
No. Although I want to put somebody yesterday.
An outside chance. Yeah.
But he's quite well. People who know, if you know him, he's that guy. It's like, it's that guy. But he's not like that well known enough yet. And I think that'll be perfect for Bond, because you don't want someone who's already got that huge career already. You want someone who's known a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I was a fan of Daniel Craig, but I don't think Daniel Craig was a household name before he became Bond.
Yeah, he's sort of like in the middle, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have we got? I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
That's tied in the knot.
Yeah, we managed to squeeze a podcast.
Yeah.
Like shout out in there.
Yeah, it's feel free to while you're looking up that podcast, make sure you subscribe to our one. And like, comment,
and listen to older episodes. So we've got plenty of episodes out there that you can go back and listen to.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll try and keep up with episodes a bit more going forward, but it can be a bit difficult because we get busy and we try our best. Obviously when we get to 200,000 listeners, that's when we can obviously quit our jobs. Yeah. So keep spreading the word, and then we can create more content.
That's only 20 people, because on my rule of time there's about 100.
Yeah. But anyway, however many we need, the more we get, the
more we'll put in.
Yeah, supposedly. All right. Yeah, so...
All right, well,
still loving film.
Yeah,
going forward.
Catch you next time. Looking forward to the summer season, and in the next couple of weeks we'll obviously be talking a little bit about Comic-Con. So, yeah.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, because Comic-Con's on soon, so there'll be a lot.
Are you going?
No. In America, San Diego.
Oh, right, yeah. The proper one.
Yeah.
There is a UK one though, isn't there?
Yeah. I went to them when Green Lantern was coming out soon.
Oh, right, okay.
See an awesome.
Did that scar you?
No. Well, Green Lantern had so much buzz before it, and the trailers were awesome for Green Lantern, and so
it's just the end product. But so Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be wicked.
Yeah.
And so next week we'll be probably talking about Incredibles 2.
Yes. That'll be good.
Looking forward to that. All right. Be safe. Peace out, and we'll catch you next time.
And keep listening.
All right.
Bye.